Hi guys, how are you doing? We just had a 30-minute video where I was reading this page. I was reading a lot of it. Um, Obviously this is supposed to be probably like my research, right? But I just want to get it done because it's kind of like when you're taking the groceries in and you take in like as many bags, like you carry in as many bags as you can, like to the point where your fingers are like blue and they're broken and it's way too heavy. It's like that kind of energy. You do that so you don't have to take 2 trips. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now because yeah, I do what I want. Anyway, so we're doing purva phalguni. This is going to be in the zodiac sign of Leo, sidereal Leo. Um, we are looking at 1320 sidereal Leo to 2640 sidereal Leo. So this is going to be a Venus ruled nakshatra. And all right. We are looking at, so the health or the symbol, the gods and the symbols of Pruva Falguni is Bagha, which is the god of wealth, prosperity, marriage, and the morning. He protects and maintains conjugal bliss. He knows the proper procedure to foster affection and sexual passion between the sexes. He provides the enjoyment and union we seek through sex that also works to build a family and procreate. Bagha bestows family inheritance and wealthy patrons. He distributes wealth, honor, glory, and prosperity to others, making sure everyone gets a share. This can be like someone winning an award and giving a thank you speech, allowing the light to reflect upon the others and lift them up. They will always get the biggest portion. They are the big stars up on the stage with everyone looking at them. It's Pruva Falguni's job to use their attention to lift others and bring awareness to other causes. Legend has it that Shiva and Rudra blinded Bagha. So Bagha is one of the sons of Aditi. When we looked at Punarvasu, which was the mother of the gods. Okay, there we go. We got it. That's exactly what I needed to hear. Okay, so the health. So it's going to rule the lips, the sex organs, and the right hand. Usually strong, virile, fertile, sexy, handsome, wealthy, willful. Viral infections. It took me off the page. So no viral infections. I think you're good from that. We're not going to read about the fucking viral infection. So make sure you don't get really like sick or like keep your shit fucking clean, ho. All right. Sorry. That was me talking to myself. But what? Relax. 333 on the timer. They evolve around true chivalry, Renaissance men or women who people gather around and look up to. They appreciate the literary beauty of life, poetry, music, dance, literature, and the fine arts. All that appeals to the heart and seek the highest truths. But at the same time, they are often athletic, beautiful people who will stand up for truth and justice despite all odds. Perfect specimens in the Pushakara Pada 3. So that would be the third Pada. So that's just like aiming in on there. Perfect specimens. So they're saying that that's like the height of this nakshatra. The height of these 13 degrees would be, if we split it up into 4 parts, the third part would be the best. So they seek to bring together truth, the sun, and beauty, Venus. Or at least with the moon here, they are comfortable with the friction between these two things. This is essentially what all these myths and great stories are about. Much of the great art. They bend reality to get at a higher truth in some way. Light refracts through a prism, allowing us to see light in the rainbow rather than just the things illuminated by the light. Purva phalguni represents the visible light spectrum. How clear the light is from any individual's chart will affect the truth they are reaching for, and Venus will have much to say about the beauty they are capable of. In any case, they will often inspire others. So this is talking about, because the moon and Venus don't necessarily get along well, because Venus is bright in its nature and it represents beauty, but the sun is the truth because it shines so brightly that it can kind of maybe make Venus feel put out a little bit, or right, so instead of Venus only allowing you to see some of the things, the sun will come in and allow you to like see all the things. But you're very capable of just being a very beautiful person. Three of Pentacles just popped out there. Okay. They can easily devolve into selfishness, egotism, taking everything personally, and basically putting themselves in the center of everything where they don't belong. They need a lot of attention, and they can seek to get this in the wrong ways. This is a very sexual nakshatra, so many, like Madonna, might use this for attention. Especially Mars and Venus are working together in the chart somehow, especially if Mars and Venus are working together in the chart somehow. I don't know if I should say that. I do know somebody that has a chart that's very, that has that going on in it. She's actually an astrologer. But yeah, just that representation. I don't know if that's actually the fact, but interesting. Whatever she's doing it right. So whatever, do your thing. This is where we get people working with a kind of sex tantra, worshiping the procreative art, the procreative act represented by the Shiva lingam. They seek to create something completely new by the way a man and woman come together to make a baby. This isn't just about sex. It's about creativity in general, coming from a mix of knowledge of rhythm, harmony that come from putting together different notes to create a whole song, a life much greater than its parts. Whole song, a life, in parentheses, a whole song much greater than its parts. And luck, divine inspiration, everything just coming together at the right time and place. Ultimately, they seek the source of beauty or the truth through union. They ultimately seek non-dualism, not just through sex, but through every relationship they have. The whole universe is made of relationships between subjects and objects. So wait, I gotta go back because I started thinking about something else. I'm so sorry. Ultimately, we gotta go back even farther. I'm so sorry. This is where we get people working with a kind of sex tantra, worshiping the procreative act represented by the Shiva lingam. They seek to create something completely new by bringing opposites together. So seeking to create something new by bringing opposites together, and the way a man and a woman come together to make a baby. Okay. But this isn't just about sex, it's about creativity in general, coming from a mix of knowledge of rhythm and harmony that come from putting together different notes to create a whole song, much greater than its parts. And luck, divine inspiration, everything just coming together at the right time and place. Ultimately, they seek a source of beauty or truth through union. They ultimately seek non-dualism, not just through sex, but through every relationship they have. The whole universe is made of relationships between subjects and objects, so every mundane interaction we have in the course of the day becomes the opportunity to see ourselves in the other and realize that although this subject and object appear to be different, they are not. It's like looking at the rainbow in reverse. All the colors appear to be separate and distinct, but in truth, they are not. Okay, so that's like, yeah, I guess it's kind of like the way it would be in the middle pillar, right? Because we're talking about going from the right side of the tree or the left side of the tree, depending on which system you follow. I kind of think of Venus to be more so on the left. But it's, anyways, it's going from one of the sides of the tree, right? Being the left to the center. So you're going from receiving this Venus energy and being receptive of Venus, and you're moving into this thing where you're receiving all of this energy, to then going into the center where you are having to find the balance between receiving but also giving. And you could be seeking union. I don't know, that's what I got from that. So, but obviously that was talking a lot about union, and then seeing whoever you're merging with, whether it's sexual or non-sexual, as yourself. And everything coming together in a harmonious way. Shiva Lingam. So instead of being egotistical and only focused on the self, realizing that do unto others as you would have them do unto you, because it's always going to kind of snap back in some way, snap back at you. Okay, anyways, let's see here. Okay, then he goes into like the light spectrum. You're always on stage. You could be like the kind of person that's just always on stage. You have this need to satisfy the audience, or you want to satisfy the audience. You want to give your audience or whatever, because it's Leo Venus, so it's just kind of big and like kind of taking risks maybe a little bit. You could be kind of like a game player. You could be good at theater, right? Or you live your life in like a theatrical kind of way. My knee is starting to hurt. Ouchie, ouchie, ouchie. You can bring people together through agreements or contracts, and obviously entertainment. So you can bring people together by bringing them entertainment. Hey, this little sleeping dog. He said, my eyes are wide open, stupid. Really? Okay, so we're going to go into the padas. So the pada 1 is the Leo Venus. So it's a Leo. It can give you a strong ego, opinionated, have a strong sense of entitlement. They enjoy life, and they enjoy the drama in life. They have many children, or have many to look up to. Leo pada gives them extra ability to shine. They often don't have many good qualities that make them role models, but they have very high ambitions that can carry them high in life. The Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords, see, that's communicating energy. It's very fast communicating energy, quick on your toes, quick to act, quick to respond, quick to have some sort of fame, have some sort of, it's very quick energy. It's the fastest knight of all. Quick to be noticed, quick to be recognized for your shine, quick to give your opinion, quick to jump into drama or quick to create drama. So we have got, with the first pada, we have, not really noticing anybody here, Madonna. Hulk Hogan. He's obviously the old person that made this list. Okay. So sorry. Okay, the second pada is going to be a Virgo. So it's Leo, Venus plus Virgo. So it's a Virgo ruled Navamsha. So this makes them calm, cool, grounded people. They're very hard workers who will continue to work even if they're sick or injured. So this is like the type of person that's like, I don't know, say you work at the post office and you've been to the post office and you go, it's like you've never taken a day off or you've never had a sick day and you've been working and you show up every day and it's like, you know, you get this big retirement fund and, you know, you're a worker, or whether you could even work for yourself. They're unenthusiastic, sad. They usually hate women. Perhaps this is merely because they are too cool. They may work with children in some way. So this could be like the kind of person that like feels like this sense of issue with their own mother, issue with the way that feminines have treated them in the past. So they automatically feel inferior or they feel superior depending on the situation, depending on the person, where there's just this almost like this pre-knowing that women are going to do them wrong in some way. So they could be maybe a little hesitant to be like very giving of their energy because, yeah, we have the Emperor coming out in reversed here, which is a great way to explain that energy there, right? Because that can be like a tyrant. So Matthew McConaughey has his here. Bill Cosby. Rajiv Gandhi, or Gandhi has his moon here. Tiana Tucker, I don't know who that is. The Dalai Lama had his here. And that's about all that I can recognize. Okay, so next we're going to be moving into the third pada. And this is going to be a Libra ruled nakshatra. And this is just a prediction. I'm just reading it so I know what it is myself, and that I can share it with you as well. So they get their power and wealth through promoting balance, harmony, and love. So this is the third pada of this nakshatra, and it's ruled by Libra. So Leo plus Venus plus Libra. They get their power and wealth through promoting balance, harmony, and love. They are usually very creative, original people with an artistic talent. The classics specify architecture and sculpture, but obviously they can be great writers too. They are compassionate and love their relatives and like to be close with their family. They often become experts in many fields, Renaissance man or Rhodes Scholar types who have mastered every branch of learning. They are charitable and giving. They have a cordial temperament and complete their good work on time. They are perfect, always attractive to the opposite sex. Okay. We have J.K. Rowling, not very many people here. Michelle Pfeiffer, I've seen that somewhere. Dante Alighieri has his here. So the Divine Comedy, or Dante's Inferno, the poet that wrote that, he has his moon here. Great book. A great book. I honestly have in my notebooks, which I should be just taking notes on this, but I'm not. I have a quote that I wrote when I was reading that from I believe it was Purgatorio or whatever. Not whatever. That's the card we got. You have the Two of Cups coming out here. That's beautiful. Venus and Cancer energy. So there could be a sense of love from something that's already occurred, or a sense of love that you have from something from the past. A sense of love. It's a sense of harmony. It's a sense of love with the feminine, right? So that's a very good energy here. When we put it all together, it might not be the most harmonious energy, but in regards to this individual pada, that's a very good card to have. So I will be pulling them for individual padas, and then I'll read it all together at the end. Just the cards, the 4 cards that we pull for the padas, as if it were just one reading, but take them individually for you, and then I'll read it all together. Anyways, the 4th pada is going to be Leo, Venus plus Scorpio. Leo plus Venus plus Scorpio. Power comes through diplomacy. In this 4th pada, there are likely to be secret negotiations. They are always looking for funding and seeking to attract wealthy patrons. This classic, the classics call them beggars, sad, poor, and jobless. They come ashamed with their hat in hand, but they are bold and will take the top position in any field. They develop enmity with many people, are mostly selfish and live for themselves, despised by all. They may experience lots of jealousies, rivalries, and inter-office politics. They can also sacrifice for the greater good and be relied on in instance can be relied on in instance situations, in intense situations. This is typically a more difficult pada for purva phalguni. We have Alan Watts here. We have John F. Kennedy, Rudolf Steiner, Natalie Portman, and Gandhi. Dustin Hoffman, I don't know who that is. Arthur Schopenhauer. Obviously, you have to check all these yourself. I'm reading this off of Mike's Sleeping Dog. I'll always link it in the description. He also has a very good podcast if you would like to listen to it. Sometimes it's a great podcast. Listen to it. He's funny. He's not funny. He's realistic. It's what it is, right? He's knowledge. He has good knowledge, but he just has a good way of presenting it. Okay, so for this one, I think that's like there can be jealousies, but when you have something that you're offering that is of nature, that is of sustenance, when there is demand, there's always going to be people that are hating. I was just watching Coach Greg or Greg Doucette or whatever. He was talking about like this video was like everyone hates Coach Doucette, but he was just going in about how, you know, he pushed his supplements and he pushed his cookbook and he taught people things, but then he also had something to sell them, and he's doing really good in life. And he had a weird voice and whatever. He's been on YouTube for a long time. He's like a bodybuilder dude, but we have the Ace of Cups just came out. The Fool in reverse and the Two of Wands, but let's get just one card. You got the Hanged Man in reverse. So the Hanged Man in reverse can talk about needing to change your perspective in something, needing to see something from the other side, needing to figure out how you can, maybe needing to see how you can, these people that are your rivals, see how you can persuade them, how you can compromise to their liking. And I feel like if you show some sort of ability to listen and ability to adapt and hear them out and possibly adapt one of your ideas, you might gain some loyal followers, as opposed to being confronted with a different opinion or a different belief than your own. Adapting to that person and admitting you're wrong, or admitting like, oh yeah, maybe you're right about that. It could gain you some really loyal followers, subscribers, or as he says here, patrons. So yeah, I think that's all I'm going to do for this. So if we were to read this all together, I would say that there could be some communication incoming really quickly, with the quickness, by an emperor in reverse. That could talk, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're tyrannical, but it could literally just mean that either the energy is shooting out from me to you, or this could talk about this is your fixed energy of being the emperor. So take that as you will. I've always kind of seen that this way. We also have the Hanged Man, and that was coming out in the same direction as the emperor. So there could be something that you're trying to get a different perspective on so that you can move in quickly on this love or on this sort of Venusian energy we have here. This card here talks a lot about the Emperor and the Empress coming together, or also Pisces a little bit with the fish creating a fountain. I believe the Left-Hand Path does a really good video explaining that card. I can't remember because it was so long ago that I watched it, but if you resonate with this reading, maybe go check out that reading. He does a good job. I haven't seen his channel in a long time, so maybe he needs that little help to the algorithm, boosting his name in the algorithm. So I believe it's Left-Hand Path. Just look up Crowley, 2 of Cups, Left-Hand Path. I feel like there's a message for you in that video. So let's see. So we got some quotes here that he put. May you grow up to be righteous. May you grow up to be true. May you always know the truth and see the light surrounding you. May you always be courageous, stand upright and be strong. May you stay forever young. Bob Dylan. Creativity has much to do with experience, observation, and imagination. And if any of those key elements is missing, it doesn't work. Creativity has much to do with experience, observation, and imagination. And if any of these key elements is missing, it doesn't work. Bob Dylan. I am not made like any of those I'm not made like any of those I have seen. I venture to believe that I am not made like any of those who are in existence. If I am not better, at least I am different. Jean-Jacques Rousseau. You could be a little bit more, like if you're a male, you could be a little bit more physical rather than mental. I think I'm going to end this video here. Let's get some oracles. Sorry, this was a long message. I knew nothing at all about this nakshatra, so I was really curious to learn. I do, I know now. I understand now, so it makes a lot more sense to me. Sorry. So thank you for sitting here and learning with me. Bitch, motherfucker, you keep falling down. I'm gonna fucking Cork Sorkin, son of a gun. Let's get the oracles. Alright. Thanks guys for being here. If you want to subscribe or like the channel, you can. I know this is long. I don't know if you're still watching. Sometimes I watch things that are like random and then I watch the whole thing for some reason. I do it all the time. Even for really stupid things like, why am I watching this? I don't know. Learning things. That's I guess how I know so many weird things. We have the Lawyer. This card has been coming out kind of frequently. Keeper of Justice, Law, Cases, Defense, and Advisor. We have Athlete. And we have Guide. So the Keeper of Justice, the Seeker of Vitality, We have exercise, life, strength, and speed. We have the navigator, progress, and direction. If you're dealing with a feminine energy or your moon, she can be very hospitable, social. She likes to meet people and is interested in what they have to say and in their troubles. She likes to sew or embroider. She's often occupied with such tasks. She is also keenly interested in occult subjects, likes to listen to discussions on matters, and to read about them. She is scrupulous in her obligations, and a favor done to her will always be repaid promptly with something else added. Shill Pond. Yeah, so this was all wrote by Mike Sleeping Dog. Let me get his full name because it's important to say that. His name is, what's your motherfucking name, bro? Mike Sleeping Dog. It looks like he might live in India. So if you're from America, a little bit does go a long way with them. Just like in regards to currency, I believe. So always nice to help out if you have it like that. Yeah. So his name is Mike Sleeping Dog. Har Har Mahavad. I don't know his name. It said it in one of them. I believe he said his name was Michael. I'm not sure though. Holiday Michael at gmail.com. Anyways, that's all I have. I hope you guys liked that. I don't have any more decks next to me, so that's all I have. Check out his page, connect, collaborate, share, support. Yeah, he's cool. I love the diversity. I love learning new things about new places. So, that's all I have. Goodbye.